true suffering we find is mere separation. It's just separation from one another. It's just separation between you and someone else that makes you feel like you're suffering a lot more. Someone said something like this: the most terrible suffering, other than suffering a serious illness, is that you're suffering it alone. Let me repeat that. The most terrible suffering, other than suffering a serious illness, is that you're suffering it alone. It's just being alone. It's just being separated that makes it feel like it's a terrible suffering. In fact, even we know that Jesus suffered for us, right? Jesus came into this planet. He bore our sins upon the cross. He shed his blood on the cross and he died. But the most serious of all of Jesus' suffering was that he was separated from the Father. When he was on the cross, Jesus cried, my God, why have you forsaken me?" That was the true suffering Jesus expressed. That was what really bothered him. Anytime people condemned him, anytime people ridiculed him, laughed him, scorned him, beat him up, that didn't matter at all. But only when the whole sin of the world was laid upon him and separation between him and the Father began, that's when real suffering happened. That's how suffering entered into this world. When Adam and Eve sinned against God, they disobeyed, death came into this world. That triggered separation between God and man. And through that separation between one another, separation between peoples, envy and strife and jealousy came. That's the root of suffering. It's separation. It's separation from one another. It's separation from God himself. Well, then if that were the case, then maybe we can find relief in suffering by eliminating isolation, by removing the separation we have in our lives. Well, let me explain what I mean by that. Well, if I were to suffer, if I were to find a situation that is burdensome to me, why would I hold on to it? Why would I just keep it to myself? Well, because I just feel like maybe I'm looking a little different from other people. But what if I would be able to share that with someone else? If I would be able to share, hey, I am suffering. Well, when we do that, it would feel lighter. It will feel better. In fact, when we do share with others, sometimes we do share everything except what we are suffering with, except what we are burdened with. We are willing to share all the good things. We are able to post all these wonderful things on social media about ourselves, but not the things that make us look like we're suffering, not make us look like we're not having it all together. So it says in Galatians chapter 6, verse 2, well, we're supposed to carry each other's burdens. And in this way, we fulfill the law of Christ.